Hey there folks, seen you guys have been liking the videos I've been doing. I got a request to show all of my guitars. We're up to 13 now between me and the wife, so got a lot to go through, but I'll show you what all we have so far. And I figured I would start with first, kind of go from like chronological order of how I've gotten them. And this is my first, I call it my first real guitar. My first ever guitar was like a Sears Roebuck Telly copy that my stepdad gave to me from like the 60s or 70s. I think probably the 70s because he's not that old. But anyways, it was old, it kind of sounded funny. It was like a department store guitar like you'd buy today, but from 40 years ago. So it was kind of cool, kind of funky vintage, but it wasn't really cutting it for how I was playing. So worked at a golf course as a 15-year-old and saved up money for this bad boy. It's a Gibson Les Paul Studio. First ever guitar, look at that. It's like wood grain. People who don't know guitars say, oh, this is so much prettier than like a real Les Paul, the flame top. I would prefer this. But as guitar players, we know the flame top ones are pretty sweet. But anyways, this is pretty sweet too. I like it a lot. I got a sticker on the back there from my first Jason Omore show when I saw him play electric. His girlfriend at the time, now wife, Lauren, gave me and my buddy Michael those stickers. And during the first set break, I ran outside to my car where my guitar was and slapped it on there. It's been there ever since. It's all worn off now because it's been against my belly. There's been some finish marks. You can't really tell probably from the quality of the video, but there's some finish marks on there where it's been scuffed up along the sides and everything. It's kind of cool. You've had it for, golly, almost 10 years now. I've had this guitar almost 10 years. Isn't that crazy? Everybody out there who's known me with this guitar is going to think that was a crazy thing. Almost 10 years playing this thing. Anyways, it's kind of a cool rocker blues guitar. I play more for blues. I like to use the single coil guitars, which I'll get to later, for rock stuff. But this is a good rocker too, especially doing like hard rock music. That's why I bought it, because I was like all into hard rock, kind of getting into blues, and I knew that if I got like a Kirk Hammett pointy signature guitar that was like an axe weapon, it wouldn't really cut it at the blues jam. So I got something I thought was right between, and it still is, and I like it. Same thing as the earlier video where I showed you my rig. I'm just using this Sans amp fly rig through my Super Reverb. And I'll show you guys the in-between tone, first kind of clean. Cool thing with these, you can, middle section you can turn down whichever pickup you want to kind of get a little more of that sound. Turn down the neck pickup a little bit, and bridge on full, you kind of get a bridge pickup tone, but a little bit warmer. Bridge pickup, kind of a good rock sound. Yeah, she's a rocker, all right. The only mod I really want to make to this one is I want to turn this neck pickup around. That way, when it's in the middle position, you kind of get that Peter Green, B.B. King out of phase middle selection, you know. Anyways, hold on right there. I don't want to stop the video. I'll keep talking, and I'll show you the next one on the queue. By the way, I should mention all the electrics have female names. I named them that. That's something you do as like a 14-year-old. You think it's pretty cool, and then as you realize when you grow older, you never really grow out of that kind of stuff. So that first guitar's name was Savannah, my first gal friend. Block of wood with strings on it. Pretty lame. Anyways, next one's name is Lily, and this is unique because this is one of only 2 guitars that have ever been given to me. Out of all 13 I think we're up to now, only 2 guitars have ever been given to me, and this one was one by my mom and my stepdad. As I said with the other one, alluded to, I started getting into blues. I started going to blues jams with that sucker. And you had to have a Strat. You had to have a Strat. Everybody had a Strat. Everybody had like 3 Strats. It was the guitar to have. I mean, I'm from Texas, where it's like the guy everyone's trying to be is Stevie Ray Vaughan. And you needed a cool Strat. I'm gonna turn on just the boost section of this so it's as loud as the Les Paul's. This is a lot quieter guitar. A whole lot quieter if I don't have the amp turned on. So you guys have to see my crotch there for a second. So this one was sat in a pawn shop in McKinney, Texas for about a year or 2 before my stepdad and mom surprised me for my birthday with it. I liked it because it was a Strat, for one, and 2, it had a lot of mystery. It wasn't a Mexican, it wasn't an American. It turns out it's a Highway 1 Stratocaster, and this finish too, you can almost see the wood grain underneath it. So it's got a really thin nitro finish, and it's like a bone color. I've never seen like a creamy vanilla Strat like this. Never had seen one like that. And I couldn't find one at Guitar Center. I couldn't find one anywhere except for that one. So I was like, I gotta have that one. And it's my favorite guitar, one of my favorite guitars. Actually, they're all one of my favorite guitars. But I haven't played this one that often. The strings are a little dead. You'll notice that at phase, when you have too many guitars, you can't play them all at once. You have certain favorites. And this one was one of my favorites a few months ago. I played it for like 6 months in a row because I got a little modification to it, which I'll show you in a minute. And I was all about it. And then I put it down. I haven't picked it back up since. So I know I've picked it up and played it a little bit around here, but that's the way she goes. You kind of get new guitars, or you be reacquainted with one you sit down for a little bit, and you're like, wow, why haven't I been playing this one? Happened to me when I first moved here. I picked this one up from storage and was like, wow, I haven't played this guitar in like a year, and played it for like 7 months straight. It's crazy. Sounds great. It's very bright, very piercing guitar, which is good. It cuts through the mix really well. It's got these noiseless pickups, which I know nothing about. I know they're not that noiseless, as you can probably hear. Yeah, a little bit of noise. Oh, there it is, a little bit louder. I brought this guitar with me back home when I went back home to Texas, and we played at a place called Nate's, and it had neon signs everywhere, and you had to have it in that middle position. You couldn't have it in the first position with a pickup or in the middle. You had to have it in between, because if you had it anywhere else, it was just loud. It was like louder than me singing. It was so loud. Anyways, but it's pretty cool guitar. I got this modification I was telling you about earlier. It's a Jesse Davey tone switch. It's like a rotary switch, you can probably hear it. And it basically takes off a little bit of top end, adds a little bit of mid-range, make you sound like other guitar tones. So like by itself. Next switch is supposed to be like the Stevie side. Next one's like an Albert King, which it almost it does kind of add that kind of mid-range phasey sound. I mean, here's with it without. And here's it with. I don't know if you can tell that over the phone speaker there, but over here it really makes a difference. And the next switch is kind of like the BB King switch, which you can really tell the difference on the bitch pickup. Here's without it. Here's with the BB. So anyways, it's a pretty cool little guitar. The switch is like fried on it. It's been that way ever since I got it. There's like no notches in it, which is kind of unique about it. I don't know why. Anyways, that'll be all for now. Like I said, this one's name's Lily, and it was my second guitar. I'll cut the video off, and next video I may be wearing a different shirt, maybe a different day, maybe right after I turn this off. I don't know. And I'll start showing you the next couple of ones in the series. Till then, adios.